welcome to the Living For You YouTube channel. It is your favorite cousin, your favorite uncle, your favorite brother, your favorite nephew, your favorite father, your best friend's best friend. It's me, Dr. Larry, and once again, welcome to the Living For You, the YouTube channel. This is a place where we gather, as you guys know. We are family. This is a safe space. This is a positive place. This is a happy place. This is a peaceful place. Whatever else you can think of, we're here together as family. So, welcome family. Welcome to the channel. If you are a new person, as I said initially, I am Dr. Larry Smith, certified life and spiritual coach. You can find more out about me at www.liveforyoucoaching.com. That is my business, Live For You Coaching. It's a life coaching, spiritual life coaching, regular life coaching, and many other different areas of coaching that you can get there at liveforyoucoaching.com. So go out there and learn more about me and learn more about the business. And also you can follow me on social media at Dr. Larry Smith on Instagram and Facebook, and Dr. Larry Smith PhD on Twitter. And you can subscribe to the channel. If you're here and you want to be part of this family, it's very simple. Just hit that subscribe button there and join the family and hit the notification bell so you know every time I drop something, you're able to know it and you're able to participate and just come and sit. Even if it's just you putting me in the background while you're cleaning up the house or while you're studying or doing something, the value that comes from it is going to be tremendous for you just to listen to it. So welcome family. My continual subscribers, I love you. You guys know that. You're family. You're for real family. So welcome. Today we actually have a good topic that I want to talk about. And it's actually serious and deep, but I'm going to make it in my usual way. We're going to have this discussion for real as family. First of all, let me tell you a little bit about my current, I guess you would say my last couple of weeks. You guys know Thanksgiving just happened in November, and here we're moving and progressing on into December, and eventually it's going to be Christmas, right? So for Thanksgiving, I cooked a big meal. I had friends over, those of course socially distanced and all of the protocol that we need for the current moment. But we had turkey and roast and ham, and Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday because it reminds me of home. It reminds me of family. It is something that my family had as our kind of connector from generations and even extensions of the family was food. And so Thanksgiving always gives me a warm inside feeling. It's my favorite holiday. So I always cook. I always invite people over. I always like to share that comfort that I have for Thanksgiving with my friends and family and close to loved ones. And so I did. And I ate. And I ate Thanksgiving like most of you guys, I'm sure, for about maybe a week almost, up until a week after that, just eating. Now, for those of you who are faithful, loyal subscribers and family who's been here, you know that I've been on a diet. I've been exercising. I've been doing my hustle and my workout and my insanity and all of this stuff every day for 5 days a week. I've been doing that. I didn't do it Thanksgiving week. The first 3 days I did, and then the last 2 days I didn't, because Thursday's Thanksgiving, Friday I was still eating it, and whatever. All right. So my truth is, I haven't worked out since that Wednesday before Thanksgiving. That is a true statement. That is fact, right? That is truth. I'm being honest. I have not done my workout since the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Now, I will say to my credit, and it's not to justify not working out. If that's my goal, I'm committed to it. I should be doing it. I'm going to pick it back up Monday. But the week, all last week, I decided, since I didn't work out, I was going to make it up. And so I decided for an entire week to go vegan. Those of you who know me know that veganism is something that I've always shaded and talked about and kind of laughed at. Even though it's a healthy life choice, I've always just kind of made fun of my friends who are vegan. So I took my own personal challenge to go vegan for a week, and I was actually quite shocked in many ways. One, it had a phenomenal impact on my body. I had more energy. I was more alert. I was getting fuller quicker, but it wasn't a full of being stuffed where I wanted to go to sleep, as it would have been if I had eaten a big meal before. But it was just the satisfaction that I had, just a comfort that I had with it. So I was full, faster, but I was also comforted and not stuffed till I wanted to go to sleep. So I had a lot of energy. I was wide awake. I wouldn't go to sleep after eating. You know how we do sometimes. We go to sleep after eating. There's a name for it. I'm not going to say it here, but you guys know what I'm talking about. So I was alert. I also realized or came to know that there are so many options of different kind of vegan food. I have vegan pizza, I have vegan hamburgers, I have vegan roast and vegan like potatoes, and like it was just like very interesting to see, and of course typical salads, but it was very interesting to see that there are so many options for you out there should you choose to go vegan. And that won't be my last time trying that. I'll try it again some other times and just probably make it something I do often, every so often, into my diet, because I did like the way it made me feel. So my truth statement, the truth that I am delivering, is that I have not been consistent this week on my diet. I have not worked out since the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. That is my truth. And I'm saying it to my people, my family, publicly. Okay, why did I do that? Well, the reason why I decided to give you guys my truth, my current truth, is because that's what this conversation that we're going to have today is going to be about. The truth. Giving the truth. Telling the truth. Living in your truth. Expressing and honoring and valuing the truth. La verdad for my Spanish speakers. The truth, right? And a lot of times we shy away from that. It's uncomfortable many times for us to address our truths in life. And I'm not just talking about truths on the shallow sense of things that we believe or shallow sense of things that we even do currently. I'm talking about past histories, experiences, traumas, dramas, things that we don't want anybody to know about us, or secrets, sexuality, gender identity, religious things, politics, you name it. Across the board, people have a tendency, if they're uncomfortable about disclosing and even many times accepting their own truth. And I believe, as a person, that there is no more satisfying way of living, no more peaceful way of living than just owning all of your stuff. One of the things that you guys know who come here often and who have read my stuff that I've put out, you guys know that I believe in authenticity. I express and experience and celebrate those people who are able to live in their authentic selves. Why? Because those people are direct channels for talent, direct channels for spirit, God, however you want to put it, direct channels for the power of the world and the powers that they possess to come through and to benefit us all. If you notice that a lot of the most talented people are beacons of authenticity and truth. Why? That's because they allow themselves to be open, and there is no barriers that they're trying to uphold that will restrict and inhibit their talents. I fully believe that authenticity gives you a reason to just be and just exist and love yourself. But many people don't. Truth is very, very, very hard to come by sometimes for people, and it just is what it is. So if I look down, here's the truth. If I'm looking down, I wrote notes to make sure I hit the points I wanted to hit. So first we got to try to understand, why are people apprehensive or they choose dishonesty over truth many times? There are many, many reasons. I've narrowed it down to my top three. One is safety. There is safety in a place that you create, right? You think about it. You know every nook and cranny of your story. You know every detail of who you are. And if you can mold that into something that you're giving to other people, even if it's not a truth, there's comfort in knowing that you control the narrative that you've been given. Not that you're giving. Now, I know that controlling your own narrative is a very important thing. That's PR 101, right? But at the end of the day, some people take that PR of controlling your narrative to creating something entirely different than who they actually authentically are. But it's a safety thing. It protects you from having to have people hate you or dislike you or harm you or whatever the case may be. If you were telling the truth, they might, and so you protect yourself in a safety thing. So it's very much a safety thing for people not to tell their full truth. Another thing is the avoidance of addressing things. If you guys have been watching my videos this week and probably the last 2 weeks, and I've been doing my reviews over the Iyanla Vanzant Fix Your Life series, one of the themes that constantly comes up all the time is this avoidance, this non-acceptance, this detachment almost away from the reality of what actually has occurred in these people's lives. And many times people just don't want to face their stuff. One of the things, the tools and the discussions I have with my clients, with my friends, with my family, people I love, people I want to see be their best, is the idea of acceptance. You have got to accept what is, right? That's part of the problems that we have and the issues that we have and the hurts and the pains and the struggles that we have is trying to fight against what is. And so we have to make sure that in order to be full, authentic, happy, peaceful, in the flow, is just accept what is. And so a lot of people make up truths or make up lies or dishonesties, either lies or truths, in order to not accept and embrace what is in front of them. And then the last thing is kind of a mind conditioning thing, because there are many people who think that if they can create another story, if they can live another story, then it's going to change everything around them. And that goes back to that avoidance. Like if I don't deal with this issue, if I don't address this thing directly, if I don't acknowledge what this is, then it'll just go away. But you guys know how I feel about that. You guys, some of you guys feel the exact same way. It's a cancer if it's a major problem. If it's a trauma or a drama or an issue or a situation that's not being dealt with that's toxic, it's cancerous. You know, in the sense that it's going to do nothing but eat away at your spirit, eat away at your soul, eat away at your happiness if you don't directly confront it. But there are many people who think if I just only deny it or ignore it, it won't impact me. Yes, it will impact you, and I'm here to tell you it does impact you. And whether you know it or not, unconsciously, it impacts the people around you. You may be thinking you're hiding something and you're not disclosing and being honest with them, and they're going along with your story. But at the end of the day, those people who are close to you or who want to be close to you, they can feel that something's amiss. They can feel that something's off. And so the mind conditioning to try to convince yourself that you're doing something for the better good of everything and everyone and yourself, it's a falsehood. But people do it all the time not to tell their truth. Now, I understand that sometimes, and we've heard the saying that truth hurts. We've heard that saying. Many of us have said that very same thing, that the truth hurts. But I'm here to clear that up, because that, to me, that is one of the biggest lies in humanity. And there's a lot of them, but that's one of the biggest lies in humanity, that truth hurts. I believe personally that truth can only heal. Right? Some of you guys who are biblical scholars, you know, you gotta worship in spirit and in truth. And the truth, to me, in that is the healing factor behind it, right? Truth heals, truth cleanses, truth fixes, truth opens. Truth is very important. Why? Because the first thing is the sense of transparency. And this is a good one to point out in relationships, especially, whether they're friendships, whether they're family ships, whether they're sinking ships, or whatever kind of ships that you have. Transparency is the key. I am a person who goes into my relationships as transparent as I can possibly be and say, this is me. I don't try to pretend to be something else. I don't try to promote an image or even tell people I'm something else. I'm like, nope, this is what you get. This is who you are. And some people, that's a little off-putting to them, because they're like, it makes them uncomfortable. But I venture to say, and I believe that it only makes you uncomfortable when somebody's transparent when you got something you're hiding. If you're a transparent person, transparent likes transparency. So you feed off of each other's energy when everybody's being transparent. And that's why in relationships, I enjoy transparency, because I like it that, and maybe this is an ego thing for me, but I like it that if I'm in a relationship with somebody, nobody can come back and tell me something you ain't already told me. Because I can tell you this, that nobody can come back and tell you something that I have not already told you. I believe in being open and honest, and that involves also feelings. I'm open and honest about how I feel about things and how things affect me in a certain way. I'm open and honest about my family history and the things I've been through. I'm that way here. You guys see that. I'm even more the case with that when it's somebody I'm in a loving, romantic relationship with and with family. And so transparency is one of the healing things about truth. Another thing is you get the idea of clarity, right? Think about self-truth. When you go and you tell yourself the truth of what you like, you dislike, the truth of who you are, the truth of your strengths and your weaknesses, the truth of what makes you mad, the truth of what makes you happy, the truth of the food you like, the truth of the lifestyle choices you like. Say if you're into all kinds of interesting lifestyles, if you're honest about that with yourself, then you can start to make the questions within your mind to find out why and understand who you are and what are the motivations behind this. And if there are things that are toxic for you, then you can answer the questions next on how to free yourself of this toxicity. But if you're never honest about who you are, what you want, what you like, what you don't like, what angers you, what excites you, and whatever the like, you'll never get to that place of clarity in which you're able to fully understand and be present in yourself today. So truth brings clarity. And then of course, lastly, you just deal with stuff. And like I said, all that goes along in the same regards. You just start to deal with stuff. Instead of running away from problems, instead of running away from issues and things that might seem to hurt, you address them things head on. See, I believe that there are no giants that are too big for us to fight, especially if there are things that have happened in our lives. Nothing happens to you without any reason. And if you want to get the best out of it, you go into that, you address it directly, and you start the healing process so that you can live present in your truth. One of the reasons that I became a life coach, and I'm able to help people, and the reason why I'm able to come here on YouTube every week and discuss these things so open, so honestly, so freeingly, is because I was able to accept the truth of being abused in my past, physically, mentally, emotionally, sexually. I was able to address the truth of my mindset on certain things, my religious upbringing and how that impacted and affected me, what I thought about things around me and the world around me and how I felt. I'm able to say that freely because I know that my truth and me accepting and acknowledging and dealing with my own stuff is going to help somebody out there. And I know somebody hears this right now. And they're denying the truth of what happened. They're denying the truth of who they are. They're denying the truth of what they feel. For what? You are definitely restricting your ability to just be authentic and full and addressing things and have clarity. That is the powerful thing. And so I think it is important that we begin to tell the truth to ourselves, right? I think we sometimes try to shy away from it because the truth doesn't always feel good. The truth doesn't always impact us in a positive way, but the outcome, the end result is more power, more freeing, more edge that you have to yourself than you would have had trying to restrict your truth from coming out. So you give yourself the freedom to just exist, right? Take that in. Breathe that there. The freedom to just exist, not because, not for, not with, but just exist and just be. When you start to embrace the truth of everything about you, you walk in the earth free to literally see smell the roses, to literally see the blue sky, to literally enjoy the music and enjoy the chirping birds and the laughing children and all of the things that brings us the most joy. You can authentically feel those as yourself when you have accepted and embraced and own the truth about everything that you are and everything that you've been through and everything that you believe. And guess what? What we don't realize sometimes is that our truth impacts other people around us, or even our lack of truth, dishonesty, impacts those around us as well. When you are an authentic person, people know. Like, I have met people who meet me and they relax. Like, it's almost like within a matter of minutes, they've relaxed around me. They don't have to put up the guard. They don't have to come being pompous and pretentious and trying to pretend to be something they're not. Those people who get authenticity, they realize that I'm a person who you just come in the room. You know, just let's engage. Be you. Show up. I'm not judging you. I'm not interpreting who you are in my mind. I'm not creating a character for you. I am just accepting, embracing everything that you're giving me. And there are people who fully get that, and then I usually am at parties or somewhere, or in get-togethers, or in an office or whatever, and I'm just talking to people, and they're feeling comfortable about sharing everything in their lives with me. I don't know what that is, and they say it's because you have a aura that gives off either teacher or comforter or somebody who cares, and that's a compliment to me because I do care. But at the end of the day, I want people to just be. Capital B, capital E, just be. And that's what truth gives you. So ways to start going about to unveil your truth, right? We'll start to wind down. Acknowledge your likes and dislikes. And accept them. And don't allow other people to tell you what you should like and what you shouldn't like. You know what you like and you know what you don't like. Accept that. Accept those things. Acknowledge how things make you feel. If something upsets you, acknowledge that. If something makes you happy, acknowledge that. I'm not just about acknowledging the bad. Acknowledge the good too. Acknowledge what makes you happy. Acknowledge what makes you sad. Acknowledge what makes you mad. Acknowledge what makes you glad. I also believe that it is important for you to go through your history and the things you don't want to touch that you're trying to run away from, turn around and greet them with the hi. Welcome. Come in. Open the door. Come in. And have the conversation within yourself. And if you need to have it with somebody else, with the life coach or with the therapist, psychiatrist, whomever, but allow those things to come into your space just for the moment to address them so that you can deal with them and release and be more present, because now you know. Now you've dealt with it. You're no longer running for your life. You've confronted what you thought was a giant, and you realize it wasn't a giant. It wasn't a giant. So go out and get it, bring it back, confront it, and face it. And then, of course, lastly, always speak your truth. If you feel it, it's your truth. If you believe it, it's your truth. It doesn't matter if 1,000 people don't believe it and disagree. That doesn't matter. It's your truth. Do not be swayed by what everybody believes. You know you. You know your heart. You know your soul. You know your physicality. You know everything about you. You have the best knowledge about you. So the only person who can give you your truth is you. And that's a way to start developing a truth. Living in truth. Being real. Being honest. When people say be real, that's what that means. When people say be honest, that's what that means. When people say be authentic, I'm authentic, that's what that means. That is what that means. So start to practice it. Baby steps till you move into your full truth. And I promise you, that is the start to living the life not only that you deserve, but that's also the start to living the life that you want. But it starts from the truth. And I have another truth for you guys. I love you. That's the truth. That's for real. That ain't no Hollywood. That's real. I love you guys. I thank you guys for coming here with me just for this moment. And as I always say, if you want to reach out, hit me up on social media. You see the links. You have the links below. Follow me. Get to know. Subscribe so we can have more meetings like this and we can expand and grow and probably do other things. Right now I filmed this on my phone. That's the truth. That's another truth. I filmed this on my Android. It's a new Android. Well, not the newest. I want the newest. But anyway, this is an Android. Maybe one day, if this channel grows, I can get a camera and we can get like a little studio set up and whatever. But the case may be, I want to continue to give you guys this valuable content. That is the truth. I enjoy doing this. I love this. This is my space. This is comfort for me. This is peace for me. I love it. So, I love you. And as I always say, I'll see you in the next video.